do you want to be first a star or an actor? I'll give you the answer on the two.
We're gonna do a kickboxer too.
Oh, you're gonna do a kickboxer too?
Yeah.
I'm the first in line.
Ready? And 1, 2.
Darcy Lapier has just broken the silence about the legendary Jean-Claude Van Damme. His real life was packed with battles tougher than any movie scene. He became a superstar with films like Kickboxer and Bloodsport, but away from the cameras, he faced even harsher challenges. From a skinny kid in Brussels to mastering ballet, which surprisingly boosted his strength, his story is full of unexpected twists. What hidden troubles did he face? Let's uncover the shocking truths about what really happened to Jean-Claude Van Damme. The real strength of Jean-Claude Van Damme. Jean-Claude Van Damme's path began as a skinny boy in Brussels, Belgium, who grew up to become a martial arts icon. Born to parents Eliana and Eugene van Varenberg, who spoke Flemish and French, Jean-Claude had a typical childhood. His father was an accountant, and his family valued education highly. However, Jean-Claude felt a different pull in life that would shape his future. At just 10 years old, his father enrolled him in Shotokan karate classes to improve his fitness and build his confidence. This decision marked the start of his lifelong passion for martial arts. Karate was just the beginning of his adventure. Jean-Claude soon moved on to kickboxing, dedicating himself to mastering this challenging sport. By the age of 18, his hard work paid off, and he earned a black belt. But his training didn't stop there. At 16, he took an unexpected turn into ballet, a discipline often seen as graceful, but requiring immense physical strength. Ballet became another challenge that helped him reach peak physical condition, making him more flexible, strong, and precise. In addition to martial arts and ballet, Jean-Claude also took up bodybuilding, determined to build a physique as strong as his willpower. His efforts were rewarded when he won the Mr. Belgium bodybuilding title, earning him recognition in the fitness and sports world. But training wasn't the only challenge he faced in his early years. He struggled with doubts, personal challenges, and the tough task of balancing his intense training with his personal life. These early years were crucial, laying the groundwork for all his future successes. They were a time of significant growth, both personally and professionally, where he gained a deep understanding of his craft and never stopped pushing himself. Stepping into the professional martial arts scene for the first time was a true test of his physical limits and marked a pivotal moment in his life, shaping him into the unstoppable force we know today. Jean-Claude Van Damme put in a lot of hard work to master martial arts, earning a black belt through sheer dedication. He didn't stop there. He also trained in ballet and built a strong, muscular physique through bodybuilding. This made his skill set quite diverse. By the mid-1970s, Jean-Claude began competing in karate competitions, and it wasn't long before he became well-known in Belgium's martial arts scene. His determination and unique mix of talents really made him stand out. At the start of his professional career, Jean-Claude faced several challenges, but he quickly built an impressive record. His early career was marked by his ability to bounce back from setbacks and learn from them. One of the key moments in his early career was when he helped Belgium win at the European Karate Championships. His outstanding performance not only contributed to the team's victory, but also earned him individual recognition, showing just how dedicated and skilled he was in martial arts. Jean-Claude sets off for Hollywood, ready for new challenges. Jean-Claude's leap from martial arts to the silver screen. However, despite his success in Europe, Jean-Claude had even bigger dreams. In 1982, he made a bold decision to leave behind his martial arts career and move to Hollywood to pursue acting. This was a brave and difficult move, especially without any support network in the United States. In those early days, life in America was tough for him, and he took on any job he could find, from laying carpets to delivering pizzas, just to get by. But the hardest part was yet to come. Jean-Claude started his acting career with small roles, many of which didn't even give him credit. Yet, these roles were important steps on his path to success. His persistence eventually paid off when he landed a significant role in the martial arts film No Retreat, No Surrender. This role made him a familiar face and opened new doors for him. But this wasn't the turning point yet. His real breakthrough came in 1988 with the film Bloodsport. Even though the movie had a low budget and a simple storyline, it captured the hearts of audiences all around the world. In Bloodsport, Van Damme not only showcased his martial arts skills, but also his on-screen charm. He played the character Frank Dux, who competes in a secret martial arts contest. The film was a financial success for the producers, and it also established Van Damme as a new kind of action hero, admired for both his fighting skills and his ability to connect with viewers globally. His career took off after Bloodsport, leading to more opportunities. He chose to star in the 1989 film Cyborg, further solidifying his place in the action movie genre. This modestly budgeted film enhanced his reputation as a leading man in action cinema. Just mentioning Van Damme's name was enough to grab people's attention, showing how much of an impact he had and how well he could draw a crowd. This influence was clear when he became a leading action star, especially after the success of the movie Kickboxer. This movie not only made him more famous, but also led to a series of follow-up shows that kept going even after he left. The series was eventually brought back, giving him the chance to play his original role again. In the early 90s, Van Damme was at the height of his acting career. Movies like Death Warrant and Lionheart showed off his wide range as an action star. Lionheart, in particular, highlighted his impressive martial arts skills and his ability to show deep emotions in a film. In 1991, he took on a tough challenge by playing twin brothers in Double Impact, further proving his talent for taking on complex, action-packed roles. By 1992, Van Damme had firmly made his mark in Hollywood. His role in the science fiction action film Universal Soldier, where he starred alongside Dolph Lundgren, was a huge hit, earning over $100 million worldwide. This success confirmed his status as a top action star, even though the movie received mixed reviews. Throughout the mid-90s, Van Damme explored different roles, like playing a time-traveling officer in Time Cop, 1994, which became his most financially successful lead role. He also starred in the movie adaptation of the video game Street Fighter, 1994. While these movies had their critics, they showed his willingness to try new things in the action genre and consistently displayed his impressive martial arts abilities. As success grows, so do the struggles, shaping Jean-Claude's journey, Van Damme's exploration beyond the screen. Despite his commercial success, movies like Sudden Death, 1995, and The Quest, 1996, which he also directed, pointed to a change in what audiences wanted, and Van Damme's struggles to keep his box office appeal. His efforts to branch out into different types of roles didn't always go well, especially in movies like Maximum Risk, 1996, and Double Team, 1997, where he teamed up with basketball star Dennis Rodman. These challenges led to a period of reflection and adjustment for Van Damme in the late 90s and early 2000s. The declining popularity of his later projects like Legionnaire, 1998, and Universal Soldier: The Return, 1999, showed that the action genre was changing, and Van Damme needed fresh ideas. But this wasn't the worst part. It wasn't until 2008, with his highly praised role in JCVD, that Van Damme showed a more sensitive and thoughtful side. This role was a direct result of his determination to explore characters with more depth and emotion. It marked a big turning point in his career, showing his ability to connect with audiences on a different level. At a pivotal moment in his career, Van Damme started to reflect deeply on who he was, both as an actor and as a person. This self-reflection went far beyond just picking different kinds of roles. In the movie JCVD, he gave his fans a chance to see his true acting abilities, which had often been overlooked because of his reputation as an action hero. The film's success breathed new life into his career, showing that he could deliver performances that were emotionally powerful, not just full of action. This marked a big change in Van Damme's story, hinting at struggles beneath the surface that the public hadn't seen. As he faced intense public scrutiny, he had to confront his personal challenges head-on. The late 90s were a particularly tough time for him. He entered a difficult phase, influenced by the pressures of his personal life, the demands of his career, and the need to maintain his image as an action star, which became increasingly risky. Things got even more complicated when his relationship with Darcy Lapier started to fall apart. It became even more chaotic when news broke that he had an affair with Kylie Minogue during the filming of Street Fighter. Though his later admitted to the affair, it added scandal to his public image. This affair didn't just hurt his marriage to Lapier, who was pregnant at the time, but it also affected his relationship with Minogue. At the same time, his cocaine addiction was starting to take a toll on his career. His life began to spiral downward as his addiction worsened, affecting both his health and his finances. He later revealed that his drug use was at levels that would shock most people. But this wasn't the worst part. Things came to a head in 1998 when Van Damme was diagnosed with rapid cycling bipolar disorder. This diagnosis helped him understand his struggles better and led him to start treatment with medication. While this gave him some clarity, it also forced him to face the harsh realities of his condition. In his search for relief, Van Damme turned to martial arts training. Physical exercise provided some temporary comfort, but he realized it wasn't a long-term solution. His personal struggles also began to affect his professional life. He turned down a lucrative deal for 3 movies, believing it would lead to even greater financial success. However, this decision, driven by pride, resulted in a period of professional isolation after the success of Time Cop. Consequently, he found himself pushed out of Hollywood and on the brink of being blacklisted. To make matters worse, stories of his difficult behavior on set, including accidental injuries to co-stars, only made his situation more challenging. Critical choices changed Jean-Claude's career, leading to unexpected turns. Jean-Claude Van Damme's exit from Predator. When Jean-Claude Van Damme decided to leave his role in Predator, it was a crucial moment that changed the direction of his career. The costume was uncomfortable, and he didn't like how limited his character was, so he chose to quit. At first, this might have seemed like a small decision, but looking back, it was the start of a series of choices that would take his career down a different path. After returning from Mexico, Van Damme got the iconic role in Bloodsport. However, the pressures of being on set made his struggle with drugs even worse. His cocaine use increased, and by the mid-1990s, his efforts to stay sober were only temporary. It wasn't until he faced serious consequences, like a DUI conviction, that he began to really confront his addiction. In 1999, Van Damme's life took another hit. He was charged with another DUI and lost custody of his child, a devastating blow for any parent. On top of that, he was also dealing with bipolar disorder, which made these dark times even harder. He had to slowly rebuild his self-confidence and find meaning in every aspect of his life as he fought to regain control. Van Damme's resilience began to shine through as he committed to sobriety and managing his bipolar disorder. He started a long journey towards recovery, and in 1999, married Gladys Portugues, marking a new beginning. Through all the chaos, his dedication to martial arts became a steadying force in his life. His career has had its fair share of ups and downs, along with personal crises and battles with mental health and substance abuse. These struggles paint a picture of a man who has faced overwhelming challenges. Yet despite setbacks and intense public scrutiny, Van Damme has shown incredible strength. In August 2021, one of the most serious allegations against him emerged in Brussels, where he first became famous. He was accused of assaulting a 33-year-old woman at a high-end champagne bar known for its celebrity guests. What started as flirting quickly escalated, leading to legal charges. This incident is just one of many that have marked his turbulent journey in the public eye. Things took a turn for the worse when the actor tried to force the victim into a sexual act. After the woman managed to escape, the Brussels public prosecutor began an investigation, leaving Van Damme in a tough spot. Even though the accusations were serious, Van Damme's team maintained that he was innocent, especially since this happened early in his film career. The star faced backlash during the filming of Cyborg in 1989 due to a tragic incident. During a fight scene, a stuntman named Jackson Rock Pinckney was hit in the eye with a prop knife held by Van Damme's character, leaving him blind in one eye. Pinckney sued Van Damme, claiming that the director's demand for realistic fight scenes contributed to the accident. The defense argued that he wasn't reckless and that it was just an unfortunate outcome of making an action movie. But this wasn't the worst part. Other stuntmen backed up Pinckney, mentioning Van Damme's habit of going overboard in his fight scenes. Eventually, the court ruled in Pinckney's favor, awarding him $487,000 in damages. Personal and legal battles mix with his fame, complicating his life further. The complex saga of Van Damme and Frank Dux. Van Damme's reputation was already complicated because of his many disputes, especially with notable figures in the martial arts world. For example, Frank Dux, a martial artist Van Damme portrayed in the 1987 cult movie Bloodsport, sued him in 1996. Dux claimed that Van Damme owed him $50,000 for his help in co-writing work on the film The Quest. Dux also accused him of exaggerating his martial arts achievements, leading many to question Van Damme's credibility. However, Van Damme's legal team defended his abilities, saying that his skills were clear from his performances in movies. Issues also came up regarding Van Damme's personal life, particularly after his messy divorce from his ex-wife, Darcy Lapier. Things got worse when Chuck Zito, a stuntman and bodyguard who had worked with Van Damme before, became involved in Lear's life. Lear accused the star of mistreating her during their marriage, and Zito allegedly attacked Van Damme in a Manhattan strip club in 1998. Zito later claimed in his book that the fight broke his hand, but Van Damme denied it and even challenged Zito to a fight. For instance, in October 2011, the legendary star attended a birthday party for Chechen President Ramzan Kadyrov, which drew harsh criticism from human rights groups. At a major event, Kadyrov's connections to various human rights issues were on full display, thanks to the attendance of several well-known personalities. While some human rights activists voiced strong concerns, others worried that having these celebrities there might give Kadyrov too much credibility. Jean-Claude Van Damme, often called the Muscles from Brussels, has had a life that's as lively and complex as his famous martial arts and movie career. His romantic life, much like his film roles, has been filled with intense emotions, challenges, and moments of healing. Van Damme's romantic journey began when he married Maria Rodriguez in August 1980, during the early days of his rising fame. However, their marriage ended in 1984, right when his career was taking off, showing how difficult it can be to balance fame and personal relationships. Not long after his first divorce, Van Damme married Cynthia Derderian in 1985. Sadly, their marriage lasted less than a year, highlighting the challenges of keeping a relationship strong when living in the public eye. During these challenging times, he met Gladys Portuguese, a well-known bodybuilder, model, and writer, at a party thrown by Chuck Norris. They quickly formed a deep connection, and he was so taken with her that he confidently predicted she would one day be his wife. This came true when they married in 1987. However, their relationship was not without its difficulties, including issues of infidelity that led to their separation and divorce in 1992. Despite the struggles, they found their way back to each other and remarried in 1999. The ceremony in North Belgium, attended by Sylvester Stallone and others, was a celebration of their renewed commitment. However, their relationship faced another challenge in 2015 when news of Van Damme's affair with Elena Kavina surfaced, causing Portuguese to file for divorce again. Still, their deep connection and mutual commitment helped them overcome this obstacle, leading to yet another reconciliation. Their relationship, though tested, became stronger over time. Meanwhile, Van Damme's personal life continued to evolve. He married Darcy Lapier in 1994 in a colorful ceremony in Bangkok, and they had a son, Nicholas van Varenberg. Unfortunately, their marriage ended in divorce in 1997. Around the same time, his relationship with Kylie Minogue became a significant part of his life, adding to the complexity of his personal challenges. Through all these ups and downs, Jean-Claude Van Damme's life has mirrored the drama and intensity of the characters he plays on screen. His life has been shaped by passionate relationships, personal challenges, and, ultimately, reconciliation. What do you think influenced Jean-Claude Van Damme's life the most? His relationships or his career challenges? Leave your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe.